These 8 isometric holds are so powerful, and 90% of people ignore them. Today, you are going to discover the 8 most powerful isometric holds that exist, exercises that require no movement, no equipment, and yet are capable of transforming your strength, your posture, and your endurance in ways that many dynamic workouts simply cannot. Yes, you read that right. Staying still might be exactly what your training has been missing. Before we get started, please drop your name and the city you are watching from in the comments below. We would love to know. Posture number 1. Isometric bird dog. The isometric bird dog is an exercise that bridges two undervalued worlds in traditional strength training: balance and stabilizing strength. Unlike its dynamic version, where the arm and leg move back and forth in a rhythmic pattern, here you freeze the movement at the point of maximum extension and hold. It sounds simple. It is not. The primary target of this exercise is the core, especially the deep abdominal muscles, the erector spinae, and the glute of the extended leg. But what sets this hold apart from other core exercises is its demand for bilateral coordination. You must maintain the arm opposite the extended leg at the same time, creating a diagonal line of force that travels through your entire spine. This activates neuromuscular patterns that most people never stimulate in a conventional gym. Regular practitioners of this exercise develop remarkable lumbar stability within just a few weeks. I have observed that people with a history of lower back pain report significant relief after incorporating this movement into their routine because it strengthens the stabilizers without compressing the spine. To perform it correctly, start on all fours, with your knees directly below your hips and your wrists below your shoulders. Engage your core before making any movement. Extend your right arm forward and your left leg back simultaneously, forming a straight line from your hand to your heel. Keep your hips completely level with no rotation. Hold this position for 20 to 40 seconds per side. An extremely common mistake is letting the hips rotate toward the side of the extended leg. This cancels out much of the stabilizer work and also overloads the sacroiliac joint. Another frequent error is forcing the arm or leg into greater extension than the spine can maintain in a neutral position. Less extension with an aligned spine is always worth more than maximum extension with compensation. To progress, gradually increase your hold time from 20 to 40 seconds per side, and move from 2 to 3 sets over the course of several weeks. Contraindications: people with acute injuries to the wrist, shoulder, or knee should exercise caution. Anyone with an active disc herniation should consult a professional before including this exercise in their routine. Posture number 2. Reverse plank. If the traditional plank is already not for the faint of heart, the reverse plank is for those who want to challenge the body from a completely different angle. In this hold, you position yourself face up, with your hands planted on the floor behind your body, arms extended, and hips raised until your torso and legs form a straight line. What many people do not know is that this exercise is one of the most complete for the posterior chain. It simultaneously works the erector spinae, the glute, the hamstrings, and the rear deltoids, which are exactly the muscles that modern screen-sitting posture slowly destroys. It is almost the antithesis of contemporary poor posture. The beauty of this exercise lies in its ability to open the chest and collarbones while strengthening the musculature that supports that openness. Unlike passive mobility exercises, here you are not just opening up, you are building strength in that open position. This makes an enormous difference in the real functional capacity of your body. To perform it, sit on the floor with your legs extended in front of you. Place your hands beside your hips or slightly behind them, with your fingers pointing forward or slightly to the sides. Press your hands and heels into the floor and lift your hips until your body forms a straight line from your shoulders to your heels. Keep your neck in a neutral position, or allow your head to drop slightly back, as long as there is no excessive tension. Hold for 20 to 45 seconds. The most self-sabotaging error here is letting the hips sink during the hold. This removes the work from the glutes and improperly shifts all the load onto the shoulders. Another mistake is placing the hands too close to the body, which forces a damaging angle on the wrists. Start with 15 to 20 seconds and progress until you can comfortably hold for 45 to 60 seconds before increasing the duration. Contraindications: people with shoulder impingement syndrome, wrist tendinitis, or elbow injuries should avoid this exercise or adapt it with professional guidance. Before we continue, if you're over 50, take a look at this statistic. According to the WHO, between 28 and 35% of people over 65 suffer at least one fall each year. More than 70% of these falls happen inside the home. And today, falls are the leading cause of loss of independence among older adults worldwide. Many people blame it on bad luck, but in reality, it comes down to a lack of strength, balance, mobility, and physical preparedness. That's why our team created biological armor, a complete protocol for people in their 50s, 60s, or 70s who want to make sure they never go through that. Inside the protocol, you'll get a special home exercise program designed to build functional strength, real balance, and reverse years of poor posture and physical neglect without damaging your joints. You'll also learn the habits scientists have identified as common among the populations with the highest life expectancy in the world, habits that less than 1% of the Western population actually practices. Access it now by clicking the pinned link in the first comment of this video, or by pointing your phone's camera at the code appearing on the screen. Posture number 3, low isometric push-up hold. This is one of the most underestimated holds on the list, and at the same time, one of the smartest for anyone who wants to develop real pushing strength. The low isometric push-up hold consists of lowering yourself to the hardest point of the push-up, that bottom third where the arms are nearly extended, and simply holding there. Why the bottom third? Because that is precisely where most people stall. The pectoralis major, especially its sternal portion, is under maximum tension when the elbows are close to the floor. The triceps also works intensely in this position. This isometric hold is, in practice, targeted strength work at exactly the weak point of your push-up. Studies on isometric training show that strength developed at a specific angle transfers to adjacent angles within a window of approximately 15 degrees in each direction. This means that holding at this point not only strengthens that position, but begins to fill in the weakness throughout the entire lower range of the movement. To perform it, get into the starting push-up position with your body in a straight line and your core engaged. Lower yourself in a controlled manner until your elbows are at around 90 degrees or slightly below. Pause and hold that position for 10 to 25 seconds, breathing steadily. Push back up to the starting position and repeat. You will know you are doing it correctly when you feel a deep burn in your chest and triceps with no trembling or sagging in the lower back. If the lower back is shaking or collapsing, the core needs more attention before you progress. The most common mistake is holding the breath during the hold. This unnecessarily increases intra-abdominal pressure and fatigues the nervous system more quickly. Keep breathing. For progression, increase your hold time from 10 to 25 seconds and add 1 to 2 more repetitions per set over the weeks. Contraindications. People with acute injuries to the shoulder, elbow, or wrist should avoid this exercise. Anyone with rotator cuff pain should consult a specialist before including it in their routine. Posture number 4, dead hang. The dead hang is one of those exercises that looks passive but is in reality deeply therapeutic and functionally valuable. You hang from a bar with your arms fully extended and simply stay there. And that alone does extraordinary things for your body. By supporting your own weight with your arms, you create a slight decompression between each vertebra, relieving the pressure that accumulates from an entire day of gravity, sitting, and walking. There are physical therapists who describe the dead hang as the most natural spinal postural rehabilitation movement that exists. In addition, this exercise strengthens your grip, the forearm flexors, and all of the stabilizing musculature of the shoulder, including the rotator cuff. And you know what else? Grip strength is one of the best predictors of longevity that science has ever identified. Long-term research shows a significant correlation between grip strength and all-cause mortality. To perform it, grip a bar with your hands at shoulder width, using either a pronated grip with your palms facing forward or a supinated grip with your palms facing you. Let your body decompress naturally. Do not force your shoulders down in an exaggerated way. Simply allow them to settle. Breathe calmly and hold for 20 to 60 seconds. A mistake I see many people make is shrugging the shoulders during the hang. This puts the joint in a risky position. The ideal is to maintain a slight activation of the lats, as if you were trying to pull your shoulders away from your ears, without bending the elbows. Start with 20 seconds and progress until you can comfortably hold for 60 seconds before increasing the duration. Contraindications: people with acute shoulder injuries, especially tendon tears or severe impingement syndrome, should avoid this exercise. Anyone with high blood pressure should also consult a doctor before including prolonged static hangs in their routine. Posture number 5, reverse tabletop. The reverse tabletop is an exercise that should be part of every postural rehabilitation program in the modern world, yet it remains forgotten in the shadow of more glamorous gym exercises. It does something that very few exercises can achieve. It strengthens the posterior chain of the trunk while simultaneously opening the hips and chest. In this hold, you sit on the floor, bend your knees, and place your hands behind your body with your fingers pointing toward your heels. From there, you push your hips upward until your torso and thighs are parallel to the floor, forming a table shape with your body. What makes this exercise particularly valuable is the combination of glute work, especially the glute, with the erector spinae and the rear deltoids. This trio is exactly what the modern habit of sitting in front of screens slowly destroys. In addition, the position demands active opening of the chest and hip flexors, areas that are chronically tight in most people. To perform it, from a seated position with knees bent, plant your hands firmly on the floor, press your heels and palms down and lift your hips. The goal is to create a straight line from your head to your knees. Keep your core engaged, your shoulders pulled away from your ears, and hold for 20 to 40 seconds. The most frequent mistake is allowing the hips to progressively sink during the hold, turning the exercise into a relaxed resting posture rather than active work. Another point to watch is hand placement. Having the hands too close to the body increases compression on the wrists. For progression, increase your hold time from 20 to 40 seconds and gradually add sets over time. Contraindications. People with carpal tunnel syndrome, severe wrist arthritis, or acute knee injuries should adapt or avoid this exercise. Before we continue, do not forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell. Having constant access to science-based information is what will help you make long-term progress and stay healthy in the world of exercise. Posture number 6. Superman hold. The name is no coincidence. In the Superman exercise, you lie face down on the floor and simultaneously raise your extended arms in front of you and your extended legs behind you. In the isometric version, instead of lifting and lowering, you lift and hold. This exercise is one of the most direct ways to strengthen the erector spinae, the glutes, and the hamstrings, all at the same time, with no equipment and no axial compression on the spine. It is pure posterior chain extension work, and that holds enormous value for anyone who spends hours in the flexed posture that modern life imposes. I have observed that people with a history of lower back pain report significant relief after incorporating the isometric Superman into their routine. The reason is simple: you are directly training your ability to maintain a neutral spine against gravity. To perform it, lie face down with your arms extended above your head. Engage your glutes and core simultaneously before lifting. Raise your arms and legs as high as you comfortably can, keeping your head in a neutral position without forcing neck extension. Hold for 15 to 30 seconds. Breathe normally throughout the hold. A very common mistake is hyperextending the neck to make it appear you are lifting higher. This overloads the cervical vertebrae and cancels out the postural benefits of the exercise. The neck should follow the natural line of the spine. Another mistake is focusing only on the arms or only on the legs. The exercise is most effective when both ends work together, creating diagonal tension throughout the entire posterior chain. For progression, increase your hold time from 15 to 30 seconds and move from 2 to 3 sets. Contraindications. People with acute lumbar disc herniation, spinal stenosis, or severe lower back pain should avoid this exercise and seek medical guidance before resuming it. Posture number 7. Traditional plank. The traditional plank might seem like the most obvious exercise on this list, and perhaps it is. But if it is here, it is because most people who think they are doing it correctly are actually leaving half the benefits on the floor. Literally, the plank is not a core exercise. Not just that, it is a total core integration exercise that includes the transverse abdominis, the pelvic floor muscles, the erector spinae, the glutes, and even the deltoids. When performed correctly, it is one of the best tools for preventing lower back injuries in existence because it teaches the nervous system to maintain a rigid trunk throughout any movement. The spine was not designed to be strong in isolation. It was designed to be supported by the muscular structure surrounding it. The plank trains exactly that structure. To perform it, rest your forearms on the floor with your elbows directly below your shoulders. Rise onto the balls of your feet and keep your body in a straight line from your head to your heels. Engage your glutes and your core. Your hips should neither rise nor sag. Look down at the floor, keeping your neck neutral. Breathe normally and hold. The most self-sabotaging mistake is raising the hips into a triangle shape to make the position easier. This nearly eliminates the work of the core and the glutes. Another mistake is holding your breath to try to last longer, which is counterproductive and burns out the central nervous system more quickly. For progression, increase your time from 20 to 60 seconds and then to 90 seconds before adding more sets. Do not add time if the quality of your position is not perfect. Contraindications. People with acute lower back pain should exercise caution and prefer the knee-supported variation initially. Anyone with severe hypertension should consult a doctor, as sustained isometric holds can temporarily elevate blood pressure. Posture number 8, hollow body hold. We have arrived at the 8th and, for many people, the most challenging exercise on this list. The hollow body hold is the favorite position of gymnasts, and for good reason. It represents the foundation of virtually every element of body control that gymnastics demands. But you do not need to be a gymnast to benefit from it. The hollow body hold consists of lying on your back, Engaging your core to press your lower back completely flat against the floor, raising your arms above your head and your legs slightly off the floor, and holding that position with your body forming a gentle concave curve, like a boat hull facing upward. Simple to describe, absurdly difficult to do well. What makes this exercise extraordinary is that it trains the core in a radically different way from the plank. While the plank demands resistance against extension in a prone position, the hollow body hold demands the same in a supine position, with gravity pulling your limbs downward, while the core keeps the lower back pressed into the floor. It is deep and continuous muscular recruitment. Regular practitioners develop a core stability that transfers directly to squats, deadlifts, and any other movement requiring a neutral spine. To perform it, lie on your back. Engage your core and press your lower back completely into the floor, leaving no space. Raise your legs to approximately 12 inches off the floor, keeping them together and fully extended. Extend your arms above your head, parallel to the floor. Your neck follows a neutral position with your chin slightly away from your chest. Hold for 15 to 30 seconds at the start. If you feel your lower back arching during the hold, that is the signal that your core has given out. In that case, raise your legs slightly higher until you recover the neutral position. The height of your legs is your lever for adjusting difficulty. A very common mistake is bending the knees to make it easier. This reduces the demand on the core by nearly half. If you need to make it easier, raise your legs higher, do not bend your knees. For progression, gradually lower the height of your legs over the weeks as your core strength increases. Start with your legs at a 45-degree angle and work down toward 12 inches from the floor. Contraindications: people with lumbar disc herniation, pregnant individuals, or anyone recovering from abdominal surgery should avoid this exercise without medical clearance. These 8 isometric holds prove something that many people still resist accepting. Movement is not the only way to build strength. Sometimes stopping and holding is exactly the stimulus the body needed to grow, stabilize, and protect itself. Add 1, 2, or all of these holds to your routine and watch the difference. If you enjoyed this and want to discover the 10 most common reactions to creatine in your body, after 50, both the good and the bad, we have a video appearing on screen right now showing each one in detail. Make sure you check it out and also take a look at our biological shielding protocol, designed to ensure healthy aging and longevity even past 80. Thank you for watching all the way through, and may God bless you, my friend.